All right, here's where we're at with the Trommel project that Ethan and I are working on. Right now, the welder is down. Parts are supposed to be here tomorrow, and then we can get started back and hopefully get a lot of this metal welded up really quick. But there's the pipe that we're going to be using. It's a 20-inch pipe that I traded some stuff for. I don't remember what it was exactly, but now we've got, since we got that, that was the key piece to all of it, because my mom has had quite a bit of scrap metal from when my stepfather had passed away that's just been sitting there rusting for 10 years or so probably. And I've got a pretty good collection of scrap metal. So everything so far that I've done with this project, I've either traded for it, or it was given to me, or I've scrounged it from somewhere. Grand total right now, I'm sitting at about $75 cash out of my pocket. And that is for these. I bought 4 of these tires, and I bought some hardware, an assortment of nuts and bolts and washers and stuff. Other than that, everything else, I've been fortunate and gathered it up for a little bit of nothing or completely free, which is why we did this. I didn't have one solid piece long enough to make a frame out of, so I boxed that together like that, lengthened them out, and now that'll be good enough. There's some more welding that needs done. I got that one, I guess, but these here, Ethan cut these for me, and I drilled them yesterday, but we're just gonna weld those in, box that out, and that should start that up quite a bit. And then off of the bottom here, once we get it all done, we'll figure how far out we need to come. And then I'll come up however high we need to, and be able to fasten it through the back to start the back end of the tire up as well, for the trommel to spin on. Here's one of the engines that I've got. Again, I traded for this. I've probably got, I don't know, not much, maybe $15 in it or something, but we're going to make a bracket for that in through here somewhere to spin everything on. But also when I do that, on that same bracket, I'm going to make a plate for that gas engine, and I'm going to make it for this electric motor. I'll make a plate for that one as well. And then I've got this one here also with a Radicon already on it. Worries me though that there is a bolt missing, so I don't know if that means it was an issue with it and taken apart, or maybe somebody just needed a bolt and grabbed that one, who knows, but I'll have to test that and see. That one hasn't been tested either. But at any rate, we'll have 3 different options to power it with. The electric will be nice because if I get to build a solar trailer, then I won't even have to pay for gasoline for the engine. I won't have no fuel costs. So, it's a hope. We'll see if we get it done. Here is what I'm going to use for the water intake manifold. I needed a piece of 6-inch box tubing, and a 3-foot piece of box tubing I didn't have, 6-inch box tubing, 3 feet long. And the only option I had was to buy a new one, and I'm not going to pay $100 for a 3-foot piece of metal. I'm out. So I just got a piece of well casing, cut me out a slot right in the middle of it. Took me a piece of 1/4-inch flat steel and popped the holes in there. There's so far just got 2 2-inch and 2 3/4-inch. One will be for the trommel, the other will be for the hopper, and then those will be for a garden hose or whatever. My torch kind of messed up, and it wasn't really making the cut that I wanted, so I just stopped. I'll get a different tip or something, I don't know, but we're gonna put that so we have a 3-inch intake. I don't imagine I'll need a 4-inch to run it. It's not that big, but if so, I'll just pop a 4-inch hole in that end and do the same thing. Save me a little bit of money there. I'm kind of happy with that. This, I jumped the gun. I wish I hadn't cut the end off of it. I am going to at least weld this end back on, and then make a cut in the end about 3 inches around. Yeah, I jumped the gun. Hadn't watched enough videos. I don't have any blueprints. I'm just building this out of my head the best way I can think to do it. We've got quite a pile of metal cut, ready to weld up. Got some stuff in here to weld up on the inside to slow things down. We got our lifters in there to get welded up yet. Here's the hopper that Ethan and I worked on. It still needs some final welding done, but we got these pieces here cut for us to build our grizzly bars out of. And I don't know what, probably just maybe put a chain on it to lift it with a loader, or somehow, I don't know if I can come up with a couple of hydraulic rams, maybe I can make it hydraulic. But for now, we'll just use a chain and something. For all that matter, work out something, put that cherry picker on it. We'll do something, but we're getting there. Parts are supposed to be here tomorrow. Hopefully they are, and we'll make a little more progress with it. Here's the screen deck we're going to use. It should be cut exact. All we got to do is roll it and stuff it in the pipe. That should fit right inside there perfectly. We'll see. Hopefully. But anyhow, I'm kind of happy with everything so far. I haven't really ran into anything I can't overcome. And I get to do it with Ethan, so that makes it even better. Peace, y'all.